Sarah stood stiffly in the doorway, a scowl on her face as she stared at the fluffy white cat nestled in her mother's shoulder. "I know you didn't want a pet, but I couldn't resist. I think she'd be good company for you." Sarah's heart softened slightly at the look of excitement in her mother's eyes, but she couldn't shake the feeling of dread that settled in the pit of her stomach at the thought of taking care of a pet. She's determined to ignore the new addition to their family. One day, after a particularly rough day, Sarah discovered her boyfriend cheating on her. She trudged home, tears streaming down her face. The weight of her boyfriend's betrayal bore down on her, and she felt utterly alone and broken. As she collapsed on the bed, the white cat padded over to her, nuzzling her hand and looking up at her with sympathetic eyes. Surprised by the sudden display of affection, Sarah hesitantly reached out to pet the cat, feeling a flicker of warmth in her chest. She realized in that moment that maybe, just maybe, the cat could offer her some comfort in her time of need. The next morning, Sarah made a bowl of food for the cat. The cat disappeared into the house. Panic clutched at Sarah's heart as she searched desperately for her newfound companion, calling out her name, but she was nowhere to be found. Sarah's relentless search efforts around the neighborhood, there was no sign of the white cat. Sarah's guilt and sadness weighed heavily on her, consuming her thoughts as she wandered the streets aimlessly, hoping for a miracle. The emptiness in her heart only grew, and she couldn't shake the feeling of loss that had settled in her chest. Just when Sarah was on the brink of giving up all hope, a soft meow caught her attention as she trudged wearily back home. She saw the white cat sitting on her doorstep. Relief and joy flooded through her as she scooped her up in a tight embrace, tears of gratitude and happiness welling in her eyes. She whispered apologies and promises to the cat, vowing to never let her out of her sight again. In a moment of clarity, Sarah realized the true impact the cat had on her life. She had learned the value of companionship, love, and responsibility through her bond with her.